Hey, just a quick heads up, this video is part 2. If you missed the first part, the link is in the description. Now back to where we left off. Just like the first time, I started off by making a template out of masking tape and then copying that onto some EVA foam. When it came to making the sort of eye holes, I guess, I originally thought using a soldering iron would be a good idea, because I could sort of not just make a hole, but it'd bevel around the edge. But unfortunately this didn't really work. I tried on a test piece like this. As you can see, I wasn't very happy with it. So I just tried cutting the holes out instead, and this turned out to be a lot better, and the cuts were a lot cleaner as well. Just to compare the two, here is the cuts compared to the burns, and you can plainly see the cuts were a lot cleaner. Then, just like before, I used contact cement to glue the pieces together. Now, when it came to making the patterns on the side of the helmet, this really just took a lot of trial and error. I ended up making this template out of foam, and that worked best for me. And as usual, we stick those on with contact cement. carry on with the masking tape method for the top piece. I don't know exactly what you'd call it. The cranium of the helmet, I suppose. You can also see here I was using a heat gun to set the foam and then shape the foam. There's plenty of good tutorials out there on how to use a heat gun to shape EVA foam, but if anyone's interested, I can always just make my own. Here I just use like a manicure tool to engrave some lines into the edges. Now it's time for my worst nightmare. So if anyone is interested as to why it took so long for this video to come out, it's because of these wings. The short of it is, I got this idea in my head that it would be very easy to use a rotary tool. But as you can see, it sucks. So it took a lot of contemplating to figure out these wings. In the meantime, I put on my thinking cap while I sealed some of the edges and cracks on the main helmet. So this is just a mix of modeling putty and poly cement. And once that dries, we can sand it down and we get a really nice smooth edge rather than a cracked corner. So back to the wings. I ended up scrapping the rotary tool idea, and after consulting Cosplay Reddit, thank you by the way, Cosplay Reddit, I settled on using foam clay, which is basically just a really light air drying clay which you can water down to make it a bit more malleable. It's really good stuff. I'd highly recommend it. Unfortunately though, this still wasn't to my standards of near perfection that I expect of myself. At this point I really just wanted to avoid having to make every single feather individually. So I started making every single feather individually. First of all, I cut out the outline of each feather out of EVA foam. This would act as a sort of base for each piece.
I know you got your options, so pick the right thing. Some choices to make and mad rockets to bring. I'm just hooked on it. Dark bodies who want it. I don't know where you got your skills from.
Then I copied and pasted the shapes 3 more times each. If anyone wants the numbers, this was a total of 120 feathers. That's 30 per wing.
You're an average warrior, I be the master. I can teach you how to fight and move faster. One false move, kid, that be disaster. I beat you endless and continue the day after. Street Fighter 3, that's right, the 3rd chapter. This game's for real, no blinds or no actors. Pick your character, don't wanna represent your life. You stomping anybody, so make your choice right. Select to make your first pick. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Choose and pick the best one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Select to make your first pick. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Choose and pick the best.
This part wasn't exactly difficult, but it did take a long time. I think I was on these feathers for about 2 weeks. I basically just put a big glob of clay onto the outline and then smoothed it out with water to try and get a little pinch point on each one.
Make your first pick. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Choose and pick the best one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One box could leave you messed up and fractured. Block these uppercuts, they may leave you captured. May the best fighter win and win again. Battle to the top until his life ends. But if his life ends and he starts to decay, may one of his street soldiers avenge things. See you talking to the game, couldn't be talking to me. I got enough to beat and more soldiers to bury. You know we just clicked in and made you realize this game is twice as hard. You see that with your own eyes. You're on the way to choose your type of life, cause you gotta. I tell you from now, which fighter will be the hotter. I don't think you want this one, just practice. Just challenge me when you're ready with your tactics. High punch, the spin kicks, watch your back split. I see you in the air when I make you backflip. Select to make your first pick. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Choose and pick the best one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Select to make your first pick. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Choose and pick the best one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Select to make your first pick.
And there you have it, 120 feathers completed. I think I'm gonna go lie down.
Select to make your first pick. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Choose and pick the best one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Any jigsaw fans out there, this might be a really satisfying section of the video. Just assembling all of those pieces together 4 times in a row.
I'm working on my helmet.
No time-lapse vibes, yeah? Get me in the video then.
Yeah. That's alright. That's basic, you know. If you like chicken nuggets, you gotta sing along. If you like chicken nuggets, this is your favorite song.
Brief cameo from Sam there. For anyone that doesn't know, Sam really loves All Elite Wrestling, so leave a comment to let him know how much you love All Elite Wrestling. Thank you.
Your first pick. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Choose and pick the best one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Select and make your first pick. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Choose and pick the best one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Select and make your first pick. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Choose and pick the best one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Now the 124th, I guess, feather would have been the spine of each wing, which you can see me putting together here. I wanted to make sure that all the other feathers fit together first, because as you can see I had to sort of reshape them very slightly just to fit around the spine.
20 street fighters from bare hands to toxic. You're an average warrior, I'll be the master. I can teach you how to fight and move faster. One false move, kid, that'd be disaster. I'll beat you endless and continue the day after. Street Fighter 3, that's right, the 3rd chapter. This game's a real.
Now I can't tell you how invigorating this felt to assemble these last 2 pieces, which was of course the 2 wings attaching to the main helmet. Also, you may have noticed the wire poking out. Basically I threaded a piece of florist wire down the spine of each wing so that I could shape them a little bit after they went on. I don't know if you can quite tell, but they have some sort of 3-dimensional nature to them, and putting the wire through really helped out with getting that shape. Now you might remember this from last time, the Mod Podge. I did stipple most of it, but the top piece I wanted to get quite smooth and reflective, so I tried to apply that as smoothly as I could. Here you can see me stippling the rest of it. I tried to use a finer brush this time because the metallic texture last time was nice, but it was sort of thick, whereas I feel like the top part is a little finer. I also took some time to sand down the top, just to try and get it as smooth as possible. Once again, Rebel Aquacolor has come to save the day. We're first applying a gloss black coat to really add some shine to the gold that we'll be putting on last. Now, I wasn't too happy with this finish. You can see from the light, it's far from smooth. So I used some fine grit sandpaper, 3000 grit to be specific, and I basically just sanded the hell out of it.
It's like the Cold War going downhill. Watch for pitfall. Super SX is like the Cold War going downhill. Watch for pitfall. Super SX is like the Cold War going downhill. Watch for pitfall. Super SX is like the...
I then thinned out the paint with acrylic thinners, just to get the thinnest and smoothest coat possible. Realistically, I should just invest in an airbrush.
SX is like the Cold War. Super SX is like the Cold War. I'm one step ahead of the game. I'm one step ahead of the game. I'm one step ahead of the game.
Hopefully you can see here, there's my hand. This definitely helped, so I just repeated this a few more times to get a smooth finish.
I'm one step ahead of the game.
We made it. The final paint job. Once again, dry brushing, just so we don't completely saturate everything we've done so far with gold. If it comes out too thin, I can always just add another layer anyway. Now, some of you may have noticed something that's really bugging me, which is where I originally drew some reference lines for cutting the eye holes out. I thought it would be a good idea to use a fine liner to get a nice thin line, but unfortunately that has left a massive dent in every single hole. Not ideal, but maybe it adds to the texture, maybe it looks inaccurate. I'll let you decide in the comments. Either way, I think the whole thing looks pretty decent so far.
I'm one step ahead of the game. 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 I'm one step ahead of the game.
And with that, we'll take it away with the cinematics.
Well, we did it. Yeah, as you can see, it's not perfect. There's plenty I could have improved on here, especially that one scuff. We won't talk about that. But we finished the hat. I'm very happy with it. I think for a first try, It's not too bad. If I do continue with this, I've decided the next part's going to be the prosthetic arm, and probably the sword as well, but that might not be for a little while. If anyone does enjoy this, please share, comment, like, boost my algorithm, because it's free and it really helps me out. I appreciate that. And if you are interested, I'm sure there's more videos of mine on the screen right now. In the meantime, thank you for making it this far through the video. I do really appreciate it. And I hope you're all inspired to go and make your own Malenia Blade of Miquella cosplays. I'll leave it there for now. Thank you all once again for watching, and I'll see you next time.